Osinbajo is not better at. Yes, good morning. You're welcome once again to this wonderful edition of Bystanders at the Newsstand. I am Sisi Christian Chuku on this wonderful edition of the program. I'm right here in Ogba. You can see the bystand is busy with people looking at different topics and reports that we have. This morning, breaking news, the Vice President Osinbajo has declared for the presidential race in Nigeria under the platform of APC. The Vice President Osinbajo has declared for the presidential race. He joins others. He joins his acclaimed political godfather, Tinubu, Mechi, Bakare, and others in lieu for the presidential seat of Nigeria. Okay, once again, welcome to this wonderful edition of the program. I have my committed analysts here this morning. They're here to do justice to the newspaper headlines. Over the days, many things happened. We had many reports. I have with the Punch this morning, the Punch newspaper. Let's look at what we have in the Punch. We have Osinbajo joins presidential race, meets 12 APC governors. Osinbajo joins presidential race, meets 12 APC governors. It's a surprise to many people because they were thinking that he was not going to join the presidential race because his godfather, his alleged godfather, Tinubu, has also declared for the presidency. On strike, ASU, other selfish, says federal government, Union Force Minister. ASU, other selfish, says federal government as Union Force Minister. Electoral Act, PDP joins battle against Malami, secures appeal court order. PDP joins battle against Malami, secures appeal court order. Okay, that is for the Punch this morning. Let's also go straight to the Daily Sun newspaper. The Daily Sun newspaper this morning that Free Nnamdi Kanu Ohaneze appeals to Buhari. Free Nnamdi Kanu, that's from the southeast. Ohaneze appeals to Buhari to make position on 23 presidency known. To make position on 23 presidency known. Yes, Uzodinma Ndigbo has cried enough in Nigeria. From Uzodinma, the governor of Imo State, he's saying that Ndigbo has cried enough in Nigeria. Let's look at the main headline of the Sun newspaper this morning. The main headline of the Sun newspaper this morning. On 2023, Buhari's ministers under pressure to resign. Buhari's ministers under pressure to resign. And there's also an uproar over the sale of Union Bank. Uproar over the sale of Union Bank. On the ministers that have been pressured to resign, we have Malami Ngige, Sirika, Onu Amechi, others in dilemma over political ambition. Malami Ngige, Sirika, Onu Amechi, others in dilemma over political ambition. Yes, 2023 presidency, Osinbajo meets APC governors ahead of declaration. Breaking news we have this morning is that the vice president has declared his intention to run for the presidential seat in Nigeria. No going back on Soludo's decision to end Monday sit at home. Abga, no going back on Soludo's decision to end Monday sit at home. Abga. Abia deputy governor faces impeachment for joining Gubo race. Abia deputy governor faces impeachment for joining the governorship race in Abia State. Forces against aspirant plot his removal from office. Forces against aspirant plot his removal from office. I remain loyal to Governor Ikpeazu. Okochukwu is saying, I remain loyal to Governor Ikpeazu. Gunmen kill community leader, 14 others in Kaduna reprisal attacks. Gunmen kill community leader, 14 others in Kaduna reprisal attacks. Scores also killed in Plateau State. Scores also killed in Plateau State. Lawmaker others injured at thugs attack PDP meeting in Enugu State. Lawmaker others injured as thugs attack PDP meeting in Enugu State. Ekwere Madu condemns development. There was a video online yesterday of the remaining abducted persons from the Kaduna train asking the federal government to come to their aid. A video yesterday by the terrorists, the kidnappers, the bandits, where the people that were abducted were asking the federal government to come to their aid. Let's look lastly at the other paper we have, the last paper we have this morning. This is a new paper. The wheel paper. Okay. On PDP, 23 presidency and anxiety over zoning in PDP. 23 presidency and anxiety over zoning in PDP. Let's look at Nigeria is broke. NNPC's remittances as record lows. 193 million barrels of crude oil stolen in 11 months. 193 barrels of crude oil stolen in 11 months. $3.27 billion lost to oil thieves, vandals in 14 months. $3.27 billion lost to oil thieves, vandals in 14 months. Corrupt fuel subsidy bill may cross $10 billion in 2022. MAN analysts profile way out of economic crisis. Rising debt passes 40 trillion. Rising debt passes 40 trillion. Losses make it harder for CBN to defend the naira. Losses make it harder for CBN to defend the naira. Debt services could gulp 90% of nation's revenue. Debt services could gulp 90% of nation's revenue. And also a feature story: biometric system rendering Nigerians vulnerable to cybercrime. Biometric system rendering Nigerians vulnerable to cybercrime. I have Mr. Matthew this morning. Good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Chris.
In case from Friday till today, we have had 3 persons declare for the presidency. One is Bakare and the other one is Osinbajo. Let's get your thoughts on that.
Thank you for having me. I think the more the merrier. I'm not against anybody coming out to aspire to rule Nigeria. But the issue is we need somebody who is competent, who has the wherewithal. Not people or person who will be going there because of personal aggrandizement, like we have often seen. So for me, it is still at the level of aspiration. That the way it stands, they are all aspirants in their respective political parties. So there will be a primary that will determine who becomes the flag bearer or the candidate, as the case may be, of at least the 2 major leading political parties, APD and PDP. But beyond APD and PDP, I had wanted a situation where we have another platform that would throw up a candidate who is a youth. That has always been my own position. But where it stands, if you must face the reality is that PDP and APC is the 2 major leading political parties, and that the ones that have structure across all the wards, all the 774 local governments of the country. So they have what it takes to win election. But again, looking at the dynamics of the moment and looking at the politics at play, I think both APC and PDP, they are being cautious. They are watching each other. Because the way it stands, the southeastern part of the country in PDP is putting pressure on PDP to zone the candidacy to southeast. By all indication, southeast is justified, the most justified geographical zone to occupy Aso Rock 2023. That notwithstanding, there is no zoning in the constitution, but there's a tacit agreement that zoning exists. Bible said that I think PDP may be on a suicidal journey if they zone the presidency to southeast, except otherwise APC zones presidency to southeast. Because if PDP zones presidency to southeast and the APC throw their ticket open to the whole south and the southwesterner picks APC tickets, the North will prefer to form alliance with a southwesterner rather than forming alliance with a southeasterner. So maybe, I don't know if PDP is actually seeing the handwriting on the wall. It has seen it, because if you look at the scenario currently, you understand that whether we like it or not, if you allow all the aspirants in PDP to go into primary, I think we'll have it. There's no argument about that. And that was explain the reason you see governors of South, East forming an alliance, trying to put pressure on PDP to compel PDP to zone it to Southeast. But again, one wonder whether they are seeing beyond their nose. Because if they are seeing beyond their nose, they will realize that as good as it is for an Igbo man to become president, they would have realized that it will be a Herculean task for an Igbo man to win the general election contested against a Southwesterner. These are realities of the moment. So I don't know whether the interest of the PDP is just to have the party zone the ticket to Southeast, or their interest to win general election.
Okay, let's come to APC now. What are the chances Osinbajo stands in getting the presidential ticket under APC?
APC situation is very dicey. It does it because the president, whoever the president throws way behind, we have advantage. The person will have advantage because they not generally, irrespective of the abysmal failure of Mr. President, he still has support of the political class in the north. So to that extent, whoever he throws his way behind for the purpose of the primary will have his way. I read an article recently where RFI was quoted to have said that his intention was to perhaps retire after his dispensation as a governor in Kaduna State. But that the way it stands, it appears as if Mr. President is putting pressure on him to do running mate for one of the aspirants. So you see that the way it stands, Mr. President is unlikely going to stand aloof, just like we see him do before now. So Mr. President would definitely, the way I see it, is definitely going to throw his weight behind one of the aspirants. I don't think it's Tinubu. He may be throwing his weight behind. What I'm doing is a guess game. But from what as a follower of the polity, I think I can guess that he might either throw his weight behind an Osinbajo or Rotimi Amechi. That's why I see it. It's a guesswork anyway.
We were saying since Tinubu has declared, Osinbajo will not declare. There were sentiments.
I had that impression before now. But seeing Osinbajo declare his intention shows that he actually wants to rule this country. But again, I think we should not judge Osinbajo by the overall performance of this government. I'm not saying because I'm throwing my weight behind Osinbajo. I'm not saying because I'm drawing support for Osinbajo. But what I'm trying to say is we should look at when Osinbajo was privileged to serve Nigeria in acting capacity as the acting president. He took so many far-reaching decisions that people were surprised. When he was privileged to visit the Niger Delta, I think his visit is what gave the relative peace we see in the oil and gas industry. When Osinbajo held sway as the vice president of Nigeria, Osinbajo rose to the occasion. He sacked the then secretary to federal government, who was indicted, and Mr. President was full dragging in sacking him. I can remember when DSS invaded National Assembly, and when there's a need to show the then Director General of DSS the way out of that office. I think when Osinbajo had the privilege to act as a president, he did the needful. That notwithstanding, I'm not government support for him. But I'm trying to say we should not judge him by the performance of this government. Rather, we should judge him by his performance during the period he was privileged to act as the president.
Let's take a swipe at Tunde Bakare.
Like I just earlier said, I said the more the merrier. Just like any other Nigerian, Tunde Bakare is eligible to contest. Don't forget that when Mr. President ran election under CPC, Tunde was his, what am I always mentioning? Tunde Bakare was his running mate. So to that extent, I think he still maintained good cordial relationship with Mr. President. But that notwithstanding, I don't see Mr. President using him or throwing his way behind him, because if you look at composition of APC, he may claim to be an APC member, but to what extent does he have support of the foot soldiers in APC, the power brokers, the stakeholders, the senators, House of Rep members, governors? Who can Tunde Bakare say this one is my loyalist, this one is supporting me, apart from having good relationship with Mr. President? So that, because if you look at it, it is going to be very extremely difficult for APC to have a consensus candidate in that primary. Because if you're talking about consensus, Mr. President is unlikely going to settle for Tinubu. And if he's not settling for Tinubu, Tinubu must ensure that they go to primary. And don't forget that the electoral act that is amended say that for you to have a consensus, all the aspirants must consent to that consensus. What is a dissenting voice in terms of an aspirant disagreeing with the consensus? It means everybody is going to primary. So it's unlikely that APC will be able to achieve consensus. And if they're not achieving consensus, it's unlikely that Tunde Bakare will win primary election in APC.
Okay.
If you try open, Mr. President, even if Mr. President throw his weight behind Tunde Bakare, he's unlikely going to win the primary. But if Mr. President throws his weight behind maybe Amechi,
Okay.
behind Adoshibanjo, it's likely that the person will win the primary because hitherto before now they already have their support base in APC. Don't forget that even as we speak, we have speculation from some people that say currently Osinbajo enjoyed the support of about 13 or 14 governors in APC.
Okay.
There is a speculation that even says this other man, Tinubu, enjoys support of about 12 governors. So what I'm trying to say is whether consensus, whether primary, Tunde Bakare is unlikely going to get the ticket.
Okay, let's look at Monday sit at home. Abga has joined the support to end the Monday sit at home in Anambra, come southeast.
Come again.
The sit at home in Anambra State. Abga has joined the support against that sit at home.
What I can understand is what the governor is doing. What the governor is doing is trying to bring all the stakeholders on board. Because if he's calling everybody to all hands to be on deck for the purpose of resolving the impasse. If you are IPOB, if you are ESN, if you are traditional ruler, if you are a traditional ruler, if you are a religious ruler, if you are among the political class, he said everybody come, let's have a discussion. Let's have a conversation. Let's see how we can resolve this crisis. So for me, I think it's a good development. I think it's a welcome development.
Okay, let's look at biometric system rendering Nigerians vulnerable to cybercrime. Biometric system rendering Nigerians vulnerable to cybercrime.
I don't know the veracity of
Let's
the
look
claim.
at NIN.
I know, I understand what you mean. But what I'm trying to say is necessary. I don't know the veracity of the claim. Because from what I can understand, that about 70 million subscribers were barred from making calls. And people were of the opinion that they should remove the restriction. But what I can say categorically before I address this is, before the government came with the order, with the directive, if you go to centers where people are registering for NIM registration, you discover that you seldom meet people on ground. It tells you that people who were interested to have their SIM card registered were through with the registration. So every other person that may not have registered may not be interested in the registration. So for me, I don't see any reason anybody should be asking government to rescind the decision to bar people who refuse to register their SIM. If you refuse to register your SIM, then another angle is, even as there is the restriction, equally allow people who are willing to register. But to say the thing should continue, if it is decimal, there should not be a timeline. The government will say, if you are not registering your SIM, you will stand the risk of not making. I think some people will not register. They're looking at the exposing them, making them vulnerable to. If you look at trying to say in essence is because of Nigerians embracing e-banking, electronic banking, because of Nigerians, it's not just the NIM that was made Nigerians vulnerable to fraud. There are so many things that will make you vulnerable to fraud.
Okay.
That is why it's evident that all your vital information, your 4-digit PIN with which you do transaction, your PIN to your app, if you have an app on your phone, all those things are vital information that you don't allow get into wrong hands. And again, there's another issue of all these POS operators. There are some of them that it's just in the realm of speculation anyway, that if you use your ATM card on those POS machine, that they can extract some vital information with which they can compromise your account. So I think it borders on one being careful, because it's beyond NIM. There are so many things that expose Nigerians to
let's look at
internet
the video
fraud.
popped up yesterday. The bandits are still with the abductees and they're asking the federal government to come to their rescue. If you are the federal government, what will you do?
To start with, Nigeria is not a sovereign state. The sovereignty of Nigeria is in doubt. Because Nigeria is a sovereign state, Nigeria should have what it takes.
They can come for you, Mr. Matthew. You know, you said something closer to what you said.
No, the man, they only sack him from a man position. Not that they didn't apprehend him for prosecution. I'm saying I stand to be corrected. Nigeria is not a sovereign state. The sovereignty of Nigeria is in doubt. Because we have a situation where you kidnap Nigerians. The kidnappers are in Nigerian territory. And you call Nigeria a sovereign state. And Nigerian army, DSS, police, Air Force have not been able to locate their location. The Minister of Information and Culture. Is it information? Yes, La Mohammed. He said something the other day. That the reason the federal government have not gone all out force, all out force, maximum force on the terrorists is because that if they do it, they will end up killing some innocent Nigerians. One I begin to ask, are the bandits living among the regular societies in the north? I don't think that is the case. The bandits that released the MD of Agriculture Bank, is it not in the forest or in the bush that they did the video that went viral? So the government is not telling us the truth. Because when I read the statement credited to the Minister of Information and Culture, I begin to have double mind as to the sincerity of government in fighting this insecurity. Because how can you be telling us that you'll be bombing and killing innocent Nigerians, you'll bomb bandits? Sheikh Gumi, who have visited bandits severally, he have always done that in the forest. There are pictorial evidences, even video evidences of their meeting in the forest. Even the governor of Katsina State, Masari, when he visited them, is in the forest. So what I'm saying is, the government may not be telling us the truth. The government has something to hide. And Nigerian sovereignty is in doubt. Because a government needed to have monopoly of coercive power. Okay. This coercive power, the bandits, the terrorists are already sharing with the government. I have a situation where you claim that some persons, about 167 Nigerians, are kidnapped and are in Nigerian soil. Look at the other time, a 27-year-old Philip Wanton, who was kidnapped in Niger Republic, taken to Sokoto. American security personnel came all the way from their country to Sokoto to rescue the boy unharmed. Here we are in Nigeria, a terrorist organization. We plan kidnapping on a rail line. Hash it without DSS that had a poor view of getting information, getting wind of it. And you call Nigeria sovereignty. The sovereignty of Nigeria is being shared between Nigeria and terrorists.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I have Mr. Matthew. Good morning, Mr. Locke.
Good morning, my brother. Good morning. This is still down for me, please. No, Matthew is just like
everybody. Mr. Lucky is declaring.
Everybody is declaring. Everybody declare, declare, declare. What are they declaring? All this failure. They're all failure people. You know, there's no better person there. All failure. They're all failures. All of them have failed Nigeria. All of them. No one. No Osinbajo.
Where is the vice?
All these people, they all failed
The
Nigeria.
vice president.
How can vice president, who is going to almost 8 years with Buhari, come here again to come, what is happening? Anyway, my name is Lucky Eyaguna. I don't know Lagos. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's look at. Well, many people said that Osinbajo will not declare because his godfather has declared. What will you say about that?
What I read this morning that Osinbajo finally declared. But whether he declare or not declare, for me, I am not interested of Osinbajo, whatever, because the system is there. Since the day they come to power, Nigeria have been going down, 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 down. What is he declaring for again? What is he coming to do, which he have not done for these 8 years? So I'm surprised. Now, for me, in that declaration, I've seen a lot of them. Could do my Amechi.
Bakare.
Bakare, forgot this Bakare. See,
He declared.
everybody just declaring. How many youths has declared? How many youth in that particular place? So what I'm saying, my brother, declaration or declaration, that contest, right, whether right or wrong, that declaration, all of them are doing, they're just wasting our resources. Two, that contest is supposed to be only for Southeast. If they want to really make it equity to Nigeria, let everybody benefit. Let APC zone it to Southeast. Let PDP zone it to Southeast. But the fear of PDP is that if the APC zone it to Southwest, I don't think any Igbo man can match Tinubu or Osinbajo there. Because why? When it comes for voting, the Northern and Yoruba always team up. I don't know. That's where we have the problem. So that's why I see Atiko is coming up. Atiko agrees say that if PDP is only to Southeast, APC is only to Southeast, it will step down. But if APC is only to Southwest and Tinubu is coming out, Bachelatu is coming out, Osinbajo is coming out. You see, Yoruba and Hausa will team up. When it comes for voting, I won't tell you lie. They will win whoever in Southeast, whether Opio, whether Abetio, whoever be in the Southeast. You see, that election will change and will continue again under APC for 8 years again. So that's why you see PDP, APC are backing to make sure where the zone goes. So for me, declare, everybody declaring, but I know that contest is going to be team at the end. PDP, APC, Atiko, Tinubu, Atiko, Osinbajo. The rest were just declaring. They want people to know their name, recognize them. So for me, I want the president should go to Southeast. Even if it's 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, let's try them.
Okay.
That's what my own takes.
Why is it that everybody wants to become president when we have issues that Nigerians are going through and facing? No electricity, look at insecurity the other day. Why is it that everybody wants to become president?
But I told you last time, I said, as we are entering 2022 now and 2023, all works, all projects, all things stop. Everybody is not coming who will be a president. Politicians, the youth, everybody now is busy. Instead of asking them, what have you done before? Asking them, where is light? By this time, we are still singing no light. By this time, we are still singing no transport. By this time, we are still singing no water. By this time, we are still singing no food. By this time, we are still singing security. By this time, we are still singing things are not working. But Nigeria are not talking. Nigeria are not asking questions. Before you know now, they'll start sharing 1,000. Tinubu have started sharing 50 million. Went to Kaduna, share 50 million. I don't know. Before Erupa used to talk bad against Tinubu, but he went there, they sat down together. He gave him 50 million openly. Do you know how much he gave secretly to Erupa? So Nigeria are corrupt. Nigeria are corrupt.
There was a video
It's a shame.
that popped up on social media. The terrorists are still with these abductees, and they are begging on, they're calling on the federal government to come to their aid. What do you think the federal government should do?
What are they going to do? Nothing. They can't do anything. All of them are busy campaigning for election now, so they can't do anything. That one is over.
Who are in the terrorists then?
How many? There are even more than 1,000. There are more than 1,000. The terrorists are shouting that federal government answer us, answer us. They have become a routine things. It's not a new thing. I told you last time now. How many have been captivity? Still here, the Chibok case, they kidnap more than some are still be. They are still there. Last Shaibu is still there. So what are you talking about? They don't care. And this is what Nigeria is supposed to ask a question. That you are complaining, you are coming out. President is there. They have forgotten everything. Nobody is even asking question. What of those who are captives? Can't they release them? How much? Give them money. Give them what they want and let them release them. There are many, more than thousands at the side push. Are you telling me? So our government is not caring. They don't care. We have a president, we have a vice president. The man is declaring. And why can't they ask president? Those who are in the bush, they can vote. They at least if 1,000 vote, it go a long way. You are there busy campaigning. You are there busy declaration. While people are dying in poverty, no life. We need to ask questions.
Is there nothing good you can say about Nigeria?
What is good about Nigeria? What is good? I don't see anything that is good under this government. Yes, it was good before. When the rice was 7,000 naira. When yam was 150 naira. When kerosene was 50 naira. When fuel was 60 naira. When that time was good. But this time around, nothing is better. Nothing is good under these 8 years. Human beings are bad. See, they say domestic violence. Domestic violence. What caused domestic violence? Like the woman that just died now. A singer, minister that just died. What domestic violence? Domestic violence is that men are no longer have money again. People poverty has grown. So you see husband and wife fighting. Why? Because the way you used to bring money for you're not bringing it. Because women don't understand that way. Fighting you see, no home is settled. Everybody's running to go abroad. Me, I am saying if I have opportunity to go to Kuwait or where they are fighting now, Ukraine, I will go. I don't mind. If I want to die, let me die there. Already I'm dead in Nigeria here. I'm letting me dead alive. That's what we are in Nigeria here. So me, if I have opportunity of going, I'll go out. Already we are dying. What are we enjoying? What are we enjoying? Me, as I'm standing here, see the way I'm shaking. I'm not really fine. I'm telling the truth. So Nigeria is already dead.
Okay, let's talk
about
sit at home in the southeast. Today is Monday, and the governor is all bent on saying no sit at home, no sit at home. What will you say about that?
The governor cannot do anything until they release Nnamdi Kanu. You should know that because the majority are more than the governors. The majority are more than the governor. I will tell you like. So if 1 million people say no, who is the governor? Just one person. So he can't do anything. Is he going to bring police to enforce them out? No. Let the governor work very hard and make sure Nnamdi Kanu release and see if they are not going to comply with him. That's the only way. We don't need no two way of analyzing it or go this. The governor should make sure do a very good work. Go to Buhari and make sure they release Nnamdi Kanu. Now he has how many charges? 7 count charges remaining. Let them encourage the lawyer. As I come, my brother. As I come,
call your brother.
No, it's not. Oh my God! See, let me tell you, with the dose, I always part of my dose. I won't tell you lie. Where I come from, I'm part of them. Isha, Awuchi, Benin. I'm part of them. You know why? I don't know they carry last. And that's why I say I don't know the Lagos. Why I mention I don't know the Lagos. During election time in Edo State, Edo people voted and voted Oshiomhole out, and voted Ezeyamu out, and voted the person we say we want. So that's why I say I don't know the Lagos. I get to be. So now they should encourage Asekome and Ejiofor to make sure the 7 can charge and make it pure water so that Nnamdi Kanu can go out. The government should try encourage those people. That's my own thing. But say stop it, then they will not go out. It's not going to work. I'm telling you the truth. It's not going to work.
Okay. If you see a bad politician, 2023, what should you do as a Nigerian?
My brother, see, majority carry the vote. I have seen majority carry the vote. For me, I'm one of the whole candidate. Yaya Bello job making noise. I spent 2 months in Kogi. There is nothing in Kogi. Check the express alone to Kogi. Almost river have taken half of the road. Yaya Bello cannot do anything. Just singing. That is the best. What is the best? The highest thing they drink in Kogi there is Akamu, Cocoa, and this is there. You can't see their cola nut. They are selling there. No good food there in Kogi. The man just making noise, using Abiola to praise himself. What kind of rubbish is that? That's a youth. You say want to talk about to Nigeria. That is rubbish. Now let me talk about the candidate I'm seeing now. I'm seeing Obi. Obi is the best one of the candidate. Obi know about economy. But the point I'm saying is that with Yoruba or Hausa vote for Igbo. So the way that's why I see Tinubu is PDP is afraid to say they are zoning to the southeast. If PDP made that mistake to zone to the southeast, Europe, APC will zone it to the southwest. Before you know, Osinbajo will come out. Before you know, Tinubu will come out. Hausa will team up with Yoruba. You see, it's going to be damaged. So we don't want APC to continue power because we have tested them. We have tested PDP. For me, PDP, APC are the same, but the best candidate in PDP should match or APC, but not Tinubu. I don't want Tinubu because Tinubu, if Tinubu become a president, all of us will become Agbero. Agbero will be legalized.
Are you an Agbero in Lagos State?
My brother, they have turned us to Agbero because we are beggar now. I'm telling you the truth. Husband and wife have become beggar. Domestic violence, they brought it upon us. Tinubu brought it. You know why? If Buhari have done well, Tinubu could have it easily. If Buhari have done well, Tinubu could have it easily. But for now, that ideology of APC cannot work in Nigeria because otherwise, the only thing that handling Nigeria now is God. If God have removed hand, Nigeria have collapsed. God, nothing is working. Are you talking about insecurity or transport or food? Nothing is working. All I know is that God should bring a candidate that will save this country so that we will not collapse.
Let's talk about NIN now. People are crying over their blocked lines and saying.
You see, why as the government, why are they blocking people's line? Election is coming. I think what they are doing, they say because of insecurity in the north, they should do it where I know everywhere is not safe in Nigeria. Why you always bring problem to us? This is not the issue now. They spend money buying drone, spend money buying plane, spend money buying so many things. Why can't they use them? What's the need of blocking people's line? Say in the name of insecurity, we are in problem of this country. Blocking line is not the problem. We have NIA, national passport, driver license. Just one person has more than 10 ID cards. Lastra in Lagos State, my God, they are just sucking us left and right. That is, border government is sucking us, state is sucking us, local government is sucking us. This NIA is a wasting of money. It can't work. Do you know how many people have not registered till now? BVN. They are still collecting money. BVN, many people have not registered.
I paid for my bill.
You paid, you didn't get it. Many people, they are still collecting money. What are you talking about? See, whether they say because insecurity, my brother, let me tell you, another government will come and change it tomorrow. Every government that comes to Nigeria change system. But in a price, it's not so. Why can't we have price control if you have good government? Price control, if you have price control just the way they have in America or other country, Nigeria will stable. But no price control. Anybody can just come, increase everything you like.
You cannot cook. You cannot cook.
I want to, let me tell you today, I want to go and get yam, bring yam here. And tell them, this is how much, this is how much. Everything in Nigeria is very expensive. You can't post now. You can't post say you are in Nigeria. You can't post. These are bad. We can't treat yourself, malaria. You can't eat well. Because in the result of not eating well, you are seeing sick people and die like chicken. I don't mean. How much want to feed animal? You have not eaten, you want to feed dog? You see how many dog again? If you even see the dog, you eat the dog now. So we are in trouble, I will tell you like.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Lucky. Levinati, you asked a question. One good thing about Nigeria. Nigeria is a country with so many potentials and vast resources, but it is being ruled by leaders that don't have conscience, political, which is a result, if I may quote Mr. Raf. Nigeria has so many potentials, but the leaders are not there to take them to the promised land. I have Oluwa one this morning. Oluwa, good morning.
Exactly, Christian. How you doing? What's the benefit of the house of God?
Your brother, Osinbajo has declared for presidency.
He declared for president. Okay, what of the Godfather Tinubu? Okay, how many people want to be president? So Tinubu
It's a right
president.
now.
Okay,
You have the right.
everybody have right, but there are multitude. They are leave their posts and they are running. They are queuing for the president. What is there? What are they going there for? When the Nigeria situation is bad, and they can't think of that one. They want to be president, and they are in the corridor of
Because
power.
I'm waiting for you to choose your candidate.
Yes, we'll choose our candidate when in May.
Bakare has come out.
Bakare come out actually.
Yes. Amechi.
There are many. All of them. Okay, which one is left now?
So I'm waiting for you to choose your candidate.
Me, I'm coming out on myself.
You are coming up for yourself.
Live.
Have you bought the form?
I will bought the form.
Which party?
MOP, Movement of the People.
But let's look at Osinbajo. Is Osinbajo going to be a better president than Tinubu?
Osinbajo will be a better president than Tinubu in my own saying, but I don't think he can be able to manage the government well because of the Northerner. Being the strong lion, because Northerner, they are pocketing Nigeria already.
The North.
They're not. They pocket Nigeria already.
I don't understand
you understand what I'm saying?
How they are pocketing
They
Nigeria.
pocket Nigeria
Elections
resources.
there, you have right to vote who you want.
Yes, but they have been there for a long. They don't want anybody to be there. So they want to bring person that they will maneuver. Somebody like Osinbajo, they can maneuver him. They can maneuver him. We lion heart that will stand and say no is no and yes is yes. And that lion heart is coming soon. And Nigeria will be happy when they see the lion heart.
Okay, let's look at NIN. People are complaining bitterly on the NIN. Many lines have been blocked.
Nigeria.
Did they block your line?
No, my own have rectified the situation down home. So Nigeria give problem to themselves. When government say go and do something, they have been postponing it. So in this situation, I can't blame government. I will blame those people that they have blocked their line because they have been a long time, almost a year plus.
What of those people that have done it but you could not link?
You could not link. So in that case, that's the one that's supposed to link. That means the government or the official of the INN, national, because they have to do something about it. Because I do my own a link under 2 days. That was some months, many months ago.
Okay.
So that NIN, I don't have anything to say about it.
Let's talk about the insecurity. We have videos of the abducted people.
On the train?
Yes. They're asking government to come to
They never released them.
Yes, they have not released them.
Where are they? They took them to the forest. Why
in Nigeria?
In Nigeria here. Nigeria is not a lion place that we just kidnap people and took them to the forest without government helping. Government should go and secure their release.
How?
Before it's too late.
How?
Because I hear that they are negotiating with government. That government know about their threat. The government know about the situation. So they should go immediately and release them before they will be executed. Because those people are very bad. They are bad. They are demon. Those people that kidnap them now. Imagine they are bad. They should go and release them with immediate effect. Government should assist the family to go and release them because I hear that they are demanding a huge amount of money. And where government is sitting down, everything will be happening every day in this country. So the government is out of control. They don't have their color anymore. They don't have power anymore. They are just sitting there. So their time is up. They are going.
Okay, what are you going to say? 2023. We have so many people coming up for presidency.
All of them, their face is just like the same. I don't think their face have any help in Nigeria. They should go home, bury themselves, bury their face in shame. When you see they are kidnapping people, saying they are looking for a way to release people, and people are coming for presidency, and they push it aside, they keep that side under the carpet. Is that a language? It's a very bad. You solve things accordingly before you now come for a president. Everybody cat and rat want to be a president. And when people are inside the forest with terrorists, kidnapping, it's bad. Their face can never be president. All their face is a zero. From governor, senator, vice president, they are all criminal. For the past 8 years, where is positive? There is not anything positive in Nigeria government. So the same face as it coming back, it can't be possible. It's impossible.
Okay,
We don't
okay.
need them.
Okay, lastly, what do you advise youth in Nigeria? Come to
All
Nigeria.
you should come outside and vote.
Get your PVC.
Come outside and
But some
get your
people say Nigeria
PVC.
cannot work.
Nigeria will work again.
How will it work?
Nigeria will work again. When we erase those faces out, we bring new face, new ideology, new thinking, new mindset, and Nigeria is going to work.
Okay, thank you very much.
You are welcome.
Yes, we have Mr. Ralph coming online. Yes, Mr. Oluwa.
Raphael.
And write your contact down. Write down your phone number. I have Mr. Ralph. Good morning, Mr. Ralph. Don't be angry.
Good morning, Jare.
Am I Binu?
No, I'm not annoyed at all, but something happened. I was somehow provoked.
Okay. Okay. In a space of 48 hours, 3 people have declared for presidency. We have Wiki, we have Bakare, we have Osinbajo.
Tunde Bakare
Yes.
declared for presidency.
Yes.
Tunde that cost Igbo man. Tunde that lay cost after Tafawa Balewa, after laying cost on Igbo man.
He broke the cost.
Wait, he didn't break any cost. He said Igbos cannot. Yeah, sort of intimidation that Tafawa Balewa cost Igbo not to that Igbo man will never be president. So he's trying to intimidate us, or he thinks that Igbo man is afraid of cost. Let me tell you, you can never cost Jacob and go scot-free. And let me tell you, anytime you see anybody, any man, any tribe that has Igbos, that tribe is in trouble. So I don't see any big deal about Tunde Bakare declaring himself, or maybe declare himself Nigerian president today, or declaring his presidential ambition today. It is no big deal to me. He was there before, he failed. Then the letter, substitute him for Osinbajo. Don't you know, he would have been the person in Osinbajo's position. Running mate to Buhari. And since 8 years now, he's getting to 8 years. Tunde Bakare has never come out and dressed Nigeria and said, this man has failed. Buhari, you have failed. He went to his office, he aligned with Buhari, cracking all manner of jokes, to the level of telling Buhari, I will be the next president. He was smiling. Let me tell you, he is declaring for himself. After all, what's the name of this guy? Chris Okotie declared for himself. He even campaigned at National Stadium. I didn't understand. That was, I think, 2011. 2011. Thank you. A nice man like Chris Okotie, a young man. He's among the youths. Do you know the age? He was 10, 11 years ago when he declared. But he didn't win. Couldn't win. So if Tunde Bakare he should declare himself Nigerian president currently. I don't give a hoot. To me, it's not the nice option. It's not the right option. It's not the person we need now. Tunde Bakare is off totally. He's not going to win. Yes, because Tafawa Balewa cost him. Tafawa Balewa, when he was almost killed by Mama Hassan Kassina and what's this, my brother's name? Nzogu. He was dying. He woke up. He said, Tunde Bakare, you will never be president. You will never rule this country. Tunde Bakare, you will never get into that top. Yes. Tafawa Balewa cost Tunde Bakare.
Are you trying to?
No, I'm just telling my story. This is a story. If anybody likes, he buys it. If anybody doesn't like, he will reject it. But what I'm painting is a picture of my own true story. Yes, it is a history. I read it. So if you want to contest it in the court of law, you come, we go there and contest it. Because I know that Tafawa Balewa cost him.
Okay.
During the coup of 1966, Tunde Bakare was cost that he will never rule Nigeria. And I'm telling you.
Was he born then?
No, wait. See, Tunde Bakare, the cost that Tafawa Balewa laid on him, no, he was born now. It should be 1966, the coup. Even some of our people of our whom we are along the same age line, we are born 1966. 66 is just 56 years. Tunde Bakare is above 56. So now, let me tell you, that cost, it has come to stay because Tunde Bakare is not going to win.
Okay.
Could I bet anything with you people? That cost that Balewa laid on him is working against him now. He can't win.
I don't know if you can do politics like this. Buhari's ministers under pressure to resign. Malami Ngige, all of them.
Under pressure, all of them
to resign.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Even I spot Malami's name there, Ngige, because Ngige, the whole North is now teaming up for Ngige. To my greatest surprise, people in the North are campaigning for Ngige. I don't know why this kind of politics in Nigeria. Ngige is just a minister, former Anambra State governor, I think he vied for Senate, I think. And maybe he won. He did not win. Maybe he won. So he was one time a senator anyway. One time Anambra State shot, leave governor. Yes, he wasn't there for 4 years. No. Obanko, they stopped him. Then later, he was what? Impeached. The first governor to have come out and said, this party rigged me in. They rigged me in. Apuga actually won. So that was how Enugu, a court sitting located in Enugu, unsat him.
Are you saying he's not fit to be president?
No. What I'm trying to say is that he has not done his work too well like that. I don't think Ngige has the capacity, what it takes to
compare Ngige to Yaya Bello.
Yaya Bello. Ngige has not gotten what it takes to rule Nigeria. Nigerian politics, Nigeria, north, southwest, southeast, south and mid belts, their politics is bigger, heavier than Ngige. Ngige is very, very light comparing to the entire country's politics. Do you understand? Then, as you talk about, you're asking me about Yaya Bello. Yaya Bello is just currently the governor of Kogi State, of course, of which all of us know his antecedents, his shortcomings. Yaya Bello, let me tell you, the power that brought him in the second time, it was too bloody. It was too bloody. PDP leader, Kogi State, was burnt to ashes.
Yeah,
they set his house ablaze. We could not even recover the bones. It was white ashes, two white ashes that appear to be bones that were recovered. The woman was burnt to ashes. So this second coming man took a lot of lives and property. He campaigned and campaigned with people's blood, man, to the detriment of the Kogi indigenes. Many were killed. That was the second power that brought Yaya Bello in. And if you look at the way he's doing things now, it's like he has turned a new leaf. Because most of the Kogi indigenes, everybody is speaking in favor of Yaya Bello.
Let's talk about Osinbajo.
Osinbajo now, let me tell you, Osinbajo is Nigerian vice president currently, who was appointed by Bakare and his APC caucus. Tunde Bakare would have been there, but they used Citadel, that big church at Ojo, to compensate Tunde Bakare. Federal government gave him money. It's part of the money they bargained so that he would pave way for Osinbajo. Do you understand? So Tunde Bakare, Osinbajo now declaration is, PYO, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. Hey, Enwe. Listen, let me tell you, Enwe. Osinbajo was there since 2015 till date. Nothing Yoruba man could come out and say, courtesy. This is a project, courtesy. PYO, Professor Yemi Osinbajo. This is an empowerment for the youth. This is an empowerment for the market
trader money.
Except traders' money, 5,000 that brought him to this position, that put him into trouble, that he has not even recovered till date. Traders' money, 5,000, 10,000. It was like this. When he was giving them, said the height now, disadvantage, he was just, because he mount podium, so he was just doing like this. And the North, what indicted him, that part of the money given to him to, distribute to traders and market women went into his personal pocket, even to the former board of Federal Internal Revenue, Fowler, Mr. Fowler. You must know some of the money went to federal level. Some part of the money went to him. Then again, the All Progressive People's Alliance or the APC. Let me tell you, the leader, the APC national leader, even came out, testified against Osinbajo. It was quite clear that Tinubu said yes, so some amount was given to him. So I don't see the pedigree in him. Do you understand? To be Nigerian president, he has been indicted already. Small project that was given to him. Then again, the island building collapsed. The 21-story building that collapsed in Lagos Island that killed many men. The ownership was
Bosco Heights.
Thank you. Osinbajo claimed to be the owner of the property. He said he's not the owner of the building. He said that he's the owner of the parcel of the land on which the building was constructed, but he doesn't know the owner of the building. Man, what a contradiction. What an asepso. Stories that are meant for the animals in those days. Man, when you come out to talk and talk lies. Are you listening?
I'm listening.
Talking and telling people lies. How do you think? What do you think we are going to be doing right now that we come out to declare presidency? Your ambition. You want to declare your candidacy, an accepted one in the southeast, southwest, even among the APC caucus. Maybe there was an intra-party election or consensus that happened, and they eventually came out and gave you that power and or impetus to come and declare. Let me tell you, Osinbajo's declaration of candidacy, if you ask me, is a big acid test. It's a test for the Nigerian people. It's a test for the Yoruba nation, because he was there. He has turned his back on the southwest. Look, much effort were made by the southwestern Nigeria to make sure that Osinbajo was there 2015 to represent their own interests. Much effort were made by even a single APC chieftain in the person of Tinubu to make sure that Osinbajo was there in 2015. They walk around the clock. Femi Falana walk around the clock. Wala Soyinka ranted and talked a lot of things. Osinbajo came to the clearing set and tore his membership card of PDP, all in the favor of this young man, Osinbajo. I will call him young man because of his height. But this time around, he turned his back on Tinubu, he turned his back on Aregbesola, he turned his back on the whole southwestern Nigeria. He has not done anything for Yoruba land. Amechi is from Ikwere State, River State. He's an Ikwere man, he's an Igbo man who called himself bastard before. He has now repented and come out to say, Igbo man, please, Amechi Chubika is the same with the Obis, he's the same with Andrew Bass, he's the same with what do you call him? This man, Ikedia, Hakim Ikedia. Please, I can come out to be your brother now. Do not deny me now. I didn't understand. He asked the Igbos to bastardize him. He asked the Igbos, now I have come. I have worn a new cloth. I have repented for denying the Igbo nation. I am now an Igbo man from Ikwere axis. So do you see what the guy has done this time around to tell us, come and join me, come and support me. I am your brother. But let me tell you, all the while, Amechi was there since 2015. Amechi has been playing a politics that is against the Igbo man. Amechi was made the transportation minister. Yes, implementing many projects in favor of that ministry. From that ministry, one, Nigerian railway track, all the way from Kano State, if I'm not telling lies, or Zamfara, or Katsina, to where? Niger Republic. Another one is railway station from Lagos State to where? Ibadan. Railway station, the newly blown railway track that runs from Abuja to Kaduna, all in favor of north, south, west. None for the southeastern Nigeria. Let me tell you, the second Niger bridge, everybody is piping and blowing horn currently. That project was initiated by Goodluck Jonathan, even before Jonathan, but the only person that gave it upper hand was Goodluck Jonathan. It's not from Amechi. The Amechi has nothing to do with second Niger bridge or the first Niger bridge or the federal road links in the southeastern Nigeria. Amechi has not done anything. I listen to me. I am campaigning against Amechi. Anyway, if my fellow Igbos team, like you to be their president anyway, they should go on. But if you ask me, my own opinion runs so different, because Amechi Chubika negates what Igbo man represents generally.
Okay, let's look at the sit at home. Today is Monday. Sit at home. Not going back on Soludo's decision to end Monday sit at home. That is from APGA.
Thank you so much. No going back on that decision. That is for APGA. APGA is what? A political platform initiated by Emeka Odumegwu Ojukwu during his lifetime, and all Igbo men will cling on that party because Ojukwu is still our leader now and then. Are you listening to me? So if APGA comes out and say no more sitting at home, it means all the APGA chieftains, all the leaders, chairmen under APGA, even the governors, they should go to what? DSS facilities and get themselves detained and incarcerated there, so that Nnamdi Kanu, MNK, the leader of our time, the only savior that Jesus Christ has saved to lead the Igbo, to save them now, should come out, while all the APGA chieftains and governors, chairmen and councillors, all of them, the usurpers within APGA, they should go to DSS and become what? Tenants under that facility. Well, in the can is what? All let off the hook. On catching and they can go there and stay so that nobody should stay at home. It is a good suggestion. A very nice, a welcome suggestion. If they could go there and become tenants and landlords at DSS facilities in Abuja, then Nnamdi Kanu should come out, then sit at home in Anambra State, Imo State, Enugu State, Abia, and the rest of South, Delta, Rivers, Bayelsa, Cross River, Akwa Ibom, sit at home in that region with cease. Because the owner of the party has occupied their house, at their room, their apartment, their accommodation at DSS facilities, Abuja.
No release of Nnamdi Kanu.
No release of Nnamdi Kanu.
Sit at home continues.
Sit at home, lingers, continues, lives on. As long as Nnamdi Kanu is there, sit at home is very, very much alive. It's not dead. Nobody can ever delete that idea because the indigenous people of Biafra initiated it. You are among, I am among, every woman is among. Even though the so-called Apuga, they are senseless. Ask me why. They don't know that all of them are still indigenous people of Biafra.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Raf. Thank you. Mr. Kule.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy New Week.
Everybody is just touching me. You are touching me. Chigoze is touching me.
Fresh this morning.
You are fresh. Now packaging, you know.
There was light at home.
The lights. There was leftover. They seized the lights. When I wanted to press, I pressed half of the clothes. Then this morning, I continued when they brought the light to press the remaining one. So that is why you say.
But it's not a laughing matter. It's not a laughing matter. No lights, no water,
no food,
no security.
No security. We are in for it, and we can never get out of it.
No, don't say.
No, we can never. I'm telling you, the mindset of people, I'm saying, they are not ready for a positive change, positive liberation. That's what I'm saying. You know, the way you look at people, you study people for a while, you know this one, their life has been permanent. They permanent their life, to misrule, misgovernance, nothing care. They don't care anything about how they are being governed. They don't care anything about how the oppressors have been oppressing them. So once they don't care, soldier go, soldier come. Now so Barak go day. Citizen, the masses are the citizens. Barak, and we are the Barak. We are the citizens in the Barak. So the Barak of citizens would they. Barak of the informed citizens would they. Where we say we cannot, differentiate left from our right. And the citizens that have accepted to be taking human rights, not human rights. So okay. I wish them best of luck.
I'm so surprised. Looking at the current situation Nigeria is in currently, we have people interested in coming up for presidency. Just this morning, the vice president has declared his presidential ambition. Bakare yesterday, we had Amici the other day, we had Wike.
Bakare declared too?
Yeah.
He declared? Yeah. Wow. So who everybody wants to be president. So who is going to rule then? I mean, who are the people you are going to rule? If every one of them is becoming president, it's time for you and I to go and paste our posters for the presidency. Christian for president, Kule for president, Chigoze for president. Then all of us will occupy this.
Lingering issues that we have not solved. We have insecurity. Some people are in kidnappers' den. The kidnapping attack. There was a video that popped up yesterday. And see, people are looking towards presidency.
You are the ones still even looking at the kidnapped, victim. You are the ones still looking at the insecurity. They are not looking at it that way. They are there for the power, to grab the power and to grab what they want, to sustain their family to the next generation of their family. They don't care. They don't care. If they kidnap, they will just come to TV and do a nice service, condolence, do a nice service, what's it called? To just commiserate with the people. Then after that, what's the next? The only person among those politicians I see I see and I'll see one any of these days. I would like to meet that man and tell him, Hoha, you are an honorable, real honorable, politician. It's smart Adeyemi from Kogi West. That was the man that deemed it fit, came onto the floor and accused his people that we are just sitting down here. We never even step out of our comfort to see what is going on, to see the miming, to see the killing, to see the atrocity being committed by this bandit, by this herdsmen. Our president too has to wake up. He challenged the president, he challenged the governor, he challenged the constituency he belongs to, which is the National Assembly. So if you can have such leaders that will put their clothes of ethnicism, that will put their clothes of partisan, that will put their clothes of favorism and hit the nail on the head.
Do you have such leaders? Do you have such leaders?
They are coming out one by one. Smart has come out now. We still see more of Smart. When some people now see that this man or what they have said is true, and you say the truth and let the devil be ashamed, they will toe the line of that man. We still keep having them. When we keep having those people are the people, they are the corridor, they are the ladder we need now. We activists, we masses, those are the people we need to climb the ladder with, so that they can lift us up to achieve what we want to achieve about better separation, not even better Nigeria, better separation.
Better separation.
Yeah.
You have been consistent on this, your referendum.
It's referendum.
Is there nothing?
That's why.
Can't we still patch Nigeria?
It's you see, that's the reality. That's the reality. I've been there before him. He's just a jambite. It was for Biafra before. Then he just look at, there must be a process before Biafra. So it was agitating Biafra, but there must be a process before, So what is supposed to take first is taking it last. But the agitation cannot work except there is referendum. During that referendum, that is when everybody will answer his properly. If you don't see, is this man disturbing? Sorry, I can't hear. Tell him. You hear what I'm saying? So what is there is the agitation. What's it called? The referendum. It's what we need now.
Okay.
It's the referendum. Winning.
Let's look at the sit at home in Anambra. No going back on Soludo's decision to end Monday sit at home. That's from Abga. No going back to Soludo's decision to end Monday sit at home. Will it be easy for Soludo to end?
And let's wait and see. I pray we find it easy. But let's wait and see.
Somebody's house was
Mr. Soludo, Governor Dr. Soludo, Alex, I think it's just landing in the land. I don't think it's used to his people in that state. Maybe he's a Lagos, he's a Lagos bred, he's a UK bred economist. Maybe he doesn't understand what is going on in his terrain. Okay. He's bringing technocrat level to governance in Anambra. He doesn't know that the Anambra that he belongs to, that he came for, is a damn-rooted political terrain where, leader that will come over and rule that place. You remember Igige issues then that was kidnapped? You remember? Yeah. So that terrain is a governor that was kidnapped. That was the first, they broke that record in that Anambra. So Mr. Igige, I think he still has to go for research, a lot of research about his home state to know how his people are. Because once they say yes, their yes is their yes. So, and they've hit the ground running now. I don't see any level we will be able to curtail them as it is.
Okay, Buhari's ministers under pressure to resign over their political ambition.
Can you see what we have seen? Some of them have not even been working. Some of these ministers are just there as a political patronage. Say they patronize them because they contributed into the election of this man.
Most of them have failed woefully.
They failed woefully.
And what are you looking for?
They failed woefully. But with the exemption of Amechi, I have to give it to Amechi. No matter what anybody talk about Amechi here, Amechi really tried. He
really?
He tried.
Use the word really.
Really tried. No, I have to say.
There are some people in captivity.
There are some people in captivity. Is it the one that is?
No, they attacked the cardinal line.
They attack. But this guy said he told the power that be that you guys have to buy a surveillance, security surveillance for us to protect this, what's it called? The rail line. There was a deaf ear.
There was a meeting between the two of them. He brought a company that was just registered, and there was suspicion.
There was suspicion that
He brought a company that he just registered. Whoever registered it, they just registered
since he brought a company that was not registered, and they themselves, they could not bring a company that's been registered for years to get that thing to be proactive enough to save life of those people. So who is mad? Sorry, who is mad?
Should we be talking about presidency or looking at how those people will be released?
It's not his job to see how those people will be released. It's the job of the security men you have in this country. It's the job. You see, some people may be saying, Amechi only offense he has with other, other whalers, is because he was among the people that, gang up against Jonathan. So it's not. I don't look at it that way. At least they gave him a juicy position, and he's using that position to better his kinsmen. The second Niger bridge now, as it is. I mean, he's the minister for transport. He's the minister for transport.
The second Niger bridge is not what he used as a point of reference.
But the railway, he did the railway, the rail gauge. The rail gauge, it started from Obasanjo regime, mind you. They could not even.
Either the Niger bridge or the railway didn't start from this regime.
It didn't start. How about if they get there and abandon it? The second Niger bridge did not start from even Jonathan. It started under Obasanjo, right? But they passed it through Yaradua. Yaradua could not stay long. They so rest in peace, and they handed it over to Yaradua. I mean, what's the extent of work they did under Jonathan? Jonathan that they even came from South. What was the extent of the job they did on that Niger bridge? And somebody came and they wanted to commission it before his expiration of time. I'm talking of Fashola that is working there now. And Amishi too contributed in the, what's it called, the rail gate. Let's leave politics aside. Let's leave sentiment up. Let's leave party, because all those parties that these people are supporting, they will use it to nail anybody that is not, that is against the party, which is a very non-ethical, attitude from our youth in this country now. You just label somebody, once it's not on your line, on his stand, you label him as anything he's doing on this earth, you will never see it good, which is very bad, my brother. When you as Christian, when you are good, I will tell you you are good. When you are wrong, I will tell you are wrong. I won't do any eye service to you. That is if you can speak, read our lips to speak, or read our lips to talk. We will get things better. Not this kind of follow, what's it called?
Out of 1 to 10,
partialities.
What do you score Amechi?
Out of 1 to 10, at least I will still score Amechi like 6, or I will score him 5.5. Because left to me, if I get there, I'll work more than Amechi. It's not my father's money I'm using to work. The platform has been there. You see, governance is not difficult, my brother. Governance, there's a roadmap already. There's a roadmap you have already, that this is where your predecessor left. This is where you continue. There's a roadmap. There's architectural roadmap that is on ground for you to carry on the process to good governance. But how many of them are following?
That Amechi did nothing in Igbo land.
It is nothing in Igbo land. But how about that second night? How about the rail gauge that passed through Port Harcourt? At least they count Port Harcourt as Igbo land. It's coming out now. As it's coming out, it's not representing Port Harcourt. It came out that is an able man. He's an able.
No, he denied before Benai.
Now he said he's an able man. Yes. So what is going there now is a core able man. Okay. So they should not disown him at this time of the day. It's their own. They should accept him. Now, if they discard him now, they say at least we gave you you gave you his standard, one of you, but you rejected. So they should have done that. If it is Amechi that will be president to satisfy the Igbo, let them bring Amechi, not to discard Amechi again and say, no.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kunle.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I have Mr. Chigozie. Good morning. Happy New Week. Happy Monday, sit at home.
Well, we are here in Lagos. Good morning, and good morning to all the viewers across the globe. Yeah, well, Kunle seems to be, I may consider him, I will place him on probation, whether he will be a good student of referendum. So I think he has been baptized to some extent, but we have to observe him for.
He's on probation. Yeah.
Yes, he's on probation. Whether he will be consistent with that, and whether he will fit in this selection.
Okay, that's let's look at Amici. We're talking about Amici. He said if they compensate the Igbos with Amici, for me, what would an Amici presidency do to Igbo?
Well, a man who, in his right senses, should not in any way, for any reason, deny his own lineage, deny his own ancestral link. You see, do you take such person serious or responsible? I can imagine a typical Yoruba man denouncing his originality on mere basis of political compensation or considerations. I don't see any typical Igbo man denying his ancestors, denying his own country. Iman is a blasphemy against God who created you, because the choice of where you come from is not determined by anyone. So it's a blasphemy against God who gave you that opportunity to be an Igbo or a Yoruba person. How can you deny yourself? And afterwards, you come up to tell me that you have. Who are you? Who are you deceiving? Who is playing that rubbish, beautiful nonsense with you? So you can imagine the kind of person you can entrust with such level of responsibility.
Okay.
He's only there to, of course, satisfy his own personal, not even in the interest of nationality. Such people cannot be trusted. He cannot.
There are so many things happening in Nigeria today, but we have many people focusing on wanting to become the president of Nigeria. Insecurity is there.
It's very unfortunate that you have even the rocks, the bastards, so to say, and the idiots, people who have no reason being within the corridor of power. The same Amechi who made emphatic statement that should Jonathan win the election, the mandate of the people in 2015, that he is going to set up a parallel government. It seems that people are very too quick to forget some national issues. He said he will set up a parallel government. Rather than supporting, of course, anyone who emerges, he said he's going to create a chaos, restiveness within Nigeria. And they were determined to do that. But unfortunately now, they inherited the calamity, the consequences of the seed they sowed. Of course, the Bible cannot be wrong. So whatever you sow, you reap. You see, look at he's as a minister of transportation. Before his eyes, the railway he constructed was blown up. You know how much Nigeria have lost in that? Because when you say a man will not rest, you will not have peace. After 7 years, what is the achievements of Amechi? I listened to him to some about few minutes before I have to log out, because I know this man is not making any sense. He's just reading a script that was written to him. You cannot see the reflection of what he's saying in him, what he's reading. When you see somebody saying the truth, which, I mean, who understands what it takes to drive a viable system, you will see him from his, listen to Peter B, you will know that this man is already prepared. He has the capacity, he has the willingness, he has the passion to serve humanity. But the likes of Amechi are just political opportunists, telling us that he had been a River State speaker for two times. He has been the governor for 2 times. He has been minister for 2 times. How does that affect common man on the street? Look at the transportations. As Minister of Transportation, Nigeria As useless as this country is, we don't have national career. We don't have national career. It's individuals that are floating their own business. As big as Nigeria, which as they claim to be over 200 million plus, they don't have a single national career. Why you can see Nigeria are the most troubled countries of the world. See, they don't have national career, a single national career. And you call yourself a minister of transportation. You are coming to rule. No, you should better rule the cattle and the animals. You see? It's very unfortunate that, of course, it is not a surprise that such people will have their way because they have enough money to spend.
My problem is that people,
stolen from the public
these leaders
corpus.
are not looking at what Nigerians are suffering. They are all about clinching the presidential.
Exactly, the likes of Amechi and his cohorts.
We have Osinbajo declared today, Bakare, we have Wike, we have many of them.
What can they tell the Nigerians? He was so desperate, of course, for power. The likes of and his contemporaries haven't stolen the power demanded from the people. 7 years, Amechi cannot tell us, he cannot give account of his stewardship. He's not blaming himself for the failure, which he is the architect of. You see how many people that have lost their lives as a result of this recklessness and irresponsibility on the part of the government and, of course, the instruments of the government. So such people should, cover their faces in shame rather than even thinking in any sense to take the the mantle of leadership. Where are you leading us? Nigeria is already headed to the cliff. Under their watch, Nigeria has descended abysmally.
So that video.
Look at transportation. What are people paying? You see, they're paying through their nose. No sector of the economy can be said to have been revamped or to have seen some light. Virtually all the sectors of the economy, all the facets of our existence as a people within Nigeria is in comatose. They have gone moribund, the industries and whatever. You see, there's not even security. Considering the proximity of Kaduna to Abuja, would something would have allowed, that something wouldn't have been allowed in the first place. Where the surveillance and all that, they keep on giving excuses.
Okay, let's look at
it's very unfortunate.
Not going back on Soludo's decision to end Monday's sit at home, like from Abga.
Well, I would want to wish the Anambarians the best, but unfortunately, the best cannot be guaranteed with this flawed system, with this fair system, with a government that is indifferent about the plights and the emotions and the positions of the people. Mind you, when you don't have people agreeing with your policies, then the party does not represent or does not serve the people. I told you he made the first blunder by sacking those touts or whatever, abros or whatever you call them. You see, without making a better plan for them or an alternative for them. Most of the unrest within Anambra states might be politically driven. It might be a way of some people who feel aggrieved, who feel having been pushed to wall as a way of expressing their grievances. This has nothing to do with the agitation for the restoration of the Biafran state. He's a man who will become the architect of his own problem. In the real sense, in normal clan, in a sense society, you cannot displace people from, even though you consider it as not legitimate, or you may consider it as a nuisance. A responsible government should think how to manage the situation. You see, so that it will not have a bad repercussion. You cannot dislodge a full-fledged man who is feeding, who has a family, feeding, has other dependents. who, of course, most of them are graduate, but the only thing left for them to fall back is to what you cannot just alternative for them. That creating alternative, then you are cutting, you are creating, you are calling for a problem. My people do say onye kpara nkụ ahụhụ ji ngwere ụgwọ kpọrọ ngwere oku. So it's unfortunate that the money that should have been made, I mean, diverted in building and serving the people will not be channeled to insurgency or the fight against the
Okay.
unrest.
Lastly,
It's very unfortunate.
Lastly, in Nigeria, do we have a leadership problem or a followership problem?
Do we have a leadership problem or a followership? You can answer the question. It's very clear. Leadership is what directs the order of events. That's why the Bible said, woe to them whose kings are baby. Woe to those nations whose king is a baby. Because they only think about what they eat, their personal gains. So you see that Nigeria have not gotten it right from inception. Because we have leaders who are very sentimental, who only want to, of course, fulfill or achieve their political gains of interest rather than national interest. From okay, less than 4 years when Nigeria was declared a republic in 1963, when Nigeria became a federation, you see, less than 4 years it was plunged into civil war because there was no definite arrangement. There was not defined template on how Nigerians, of course, nation should be run and how, of course, there should be balance and equity within the system. So ever since till now, the problem of Nigeria is misgovernance. And who are those responsible? The so-called leaders. And of course, Nigeria is what it is today because of leadership failure. And it's very unfortunate that everybody is bearing the brunt of this misgovernance and irresponsibility on the part of those within the corridor of power. And if you must be a good leader, you must be a good follower. Like what the PDP, the governors of of PDP extraction of the southeast, they said that of course the article should respect the arrangements, the party arrangement, the party agreement for zoning, and he went ahead and bought a ticket for himself. While Atiku understood there was a zoning arrangement within the party, is it showing loyalty to the party, who, of course, is seeking his own mandate, or is it moved by his own personal interests? If you can't respect your party arrangement, then how do you think that you can respect the constitution of the Nigerian state, which already is a first constitution, as rightly submitted by an erudite scholar in the person of Mike Ozakome, a legal constitutional lawyer. So the fundamental issue is that those who fail to respect their party rules or regulations will, of course, jettison the constitution or the interests of the nation to favor their own personal cause or selfish cause.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Of course, it is no longer news that the only way forward for humanity in this contraction is referendum. Referendum does not mean a permanent enemy, but referendum gives every region opportunity to develop at their own pace, to grow at their own pace, to reconcile within themselves and understand that they have a common goal and ideology and culture, which of course will unify them to define and chart a common front for their own progress and for the progress of humanity. Because we cannot determine that groveling in this thick darkness, without direction, disillusions, without any vision, not even short term, long term, or medium term. Nigeria is just a mere coincidence that is only predicated on chances. We have no definite direction, and it's very unfortunate. That's why people will continue to clamor for self-determination, which is their fundamental right. Referendum or nothing else.
Thank you very much, Mazi Chigozie. The situation in Nigeria is lugubrious. That is according to Mr. Levin Nati. Lugubrious. The judiciary is not engaging the judiciary. Thank you very much, Mr. Levin Nati. I'm Christian Chuku. We've come to the end of Bystanders at the Newsstand. Once again, hope you enjoyed the program. We are on Facebook, Flip TV NG, small letters, Flip TV NG. Click, follow, like us on that page and follow us for more updates. We are also on Instagram, the same Flip TV NG on Instagram. I want to say we meet tomorrow for another exciting edition of Bystanders at the Newsstand. Bye for now, till tomorrow for another wonderful edition. Thank you.